Hi Aries, my name is Audrey Alison and this is your May 2015 forecast for the month. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing and liking and sharing these posts and videos. I appreciate your support. Let's start the top of the month with a full moon on May 3rd. Full moons illuminate the sector that they touch on your natal chart, and this full moon is at 13 degrees Scorpio. This is affecting the 8th house of shared resources. There are some tensions that come along with this because this full moon is going to square Jupiter at 13 degrees of Leo in the 5th house of creative endeavors and children, and the 8th house of what you share with others as far as value and possessions, shared resources. Also intimacies, maybe the relationship and how you're dividing the monies might come to a little bit of a head at the full moon, top of the month. Take a look at your property and what you are investing your money in, because that might need to be looked at again and renegotiated. But I don't think May is the month to do it. I think the awareness is brought to your attention at the top of the month. I would wait till after the retrograde to address this. The Uranus-Pluto square is dissipating, but it is still in effect. It's at a 3-degree separation as Pluto retrogrades. They're at 18 degrees, Uranus in Aries, and then, oh, I dropped a card, I'm shuffling, excuse me. Sorry! They're at 18 degrees Uranus in Aries and 15 degrees Pluto in Capricorn. So the square is at a 3-degree separation as Pluto retrogrades. This will, Uranus is with you, so this is your 1st and 10th house. Career. The highest point of the astrological wheel is the 10th house. It's your status, your title, how you are presenting yourself out into the world. So there's tension here as well. This full moon is not easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. It's a little bit bite down on a towel. Just kind of don't spend a lot of money over that 3-day period of time, and I feel like you might become aware of certain money that's being spent too much of in a certain area, or just information might come to you on how to readjust the budget. Now on the 7th of May, Venus will make her transit into Cancer. She loves this. Venus is exalted in Cancer, I believe, or is that Pisces? Oh yeah. Either way, Venus is very comfortable in this water sign. She gets to beautify and smooth over the nurturing energies of Cancer. Venus works very well in Cancer. She's there through June 5th. This is your 4th house. So how nurturing can you get? Aries, you hold Cancer in the place that Cancer really works the best. The home environment, the nurturing, the comforts and the pleasures of home and the calm environment. Venus will just really love to decorate the home. Sensual fabrics, luxury items, things that are smooth and silky to the touch. That's Venus. Venus will also trine Neptune when she arrives in Cancer, because Neptune's stationed in Pisces, another water sign, at 9 degrees, and eventually even trine Chiron at 21 degrees. And this is all in the 12th house, where you hold Pisces. Venus squares Uranus in Aries in the 1st house when she moves into Cancer, because the cardinal signs will then be activated: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So what does all this mean? Venus in Cancer does a good thing for you in the home environment, okay? Especially through the retrograde. Aries, you might find comfort in the home. The retrograde will be the 18th of May, that I'll get to shortly. So Venus in this comfortable place for you through the 5th, that's your touchstone, your home environment. Similar to mine. I love being here. So the trine that Venus has with Pisces, trining means the water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. A Venus trine Neptune. Neptune is a little delusional. Neptune loves to put on the rose-colored glasses, loves to be nebulous and not really too clear on information, likes the dream state, and is very comfortable in the sign of Pisces, which it naturally governs. So when it trines Venus, you get very dreamy in the home. You might drink a few cocktails in the home and kick back and remove the severity of linear thought in the brain and just really chill out. And when eventually when the square or the trine gets close enough to Chiron at 21 degrees in the 12th house of dreams, Chiron is a healer. It's an asteroid that loves the smoothing over, similar to Venus, and the healing energies that you need in the home and in the internal work, the spiritual side, the 12th house. Now, on the 11th, Mars enters Gemini. This is your 3rd house of communications. He'll be there through June 24th. Stimulation on the web for contracts, signatures, neighborhoods, siblings, local travel, writing, speaking, interviewing. However, Mercury will be slowing down at this point, not fully retrograded, but the energies slow down close to the 5th of May and remain that way through the end of June, about June 26th or so. But officially, he'll go direct on the 11th of June. But Mars entering Gemini, I'm ahead of myself as I do. Okay, Mars and Gemini through the end of June. You know, it's a little bit of a, I don't know what the word is, I'm losing it, contradiction, because although your 3rd house is activated, this is also where the retrograde will be in a week prior to Mars entering this sector. So you have the energy to get that across and the communications across and to handle all things 3rd house. But Mercury's retrograding, so it's really perfect for internal review, revise, rewrite, analyze, rehearse, the things that you can do on your own and not exerting too much action. Mars there, the energy of Mars there will help you eventually when Mercury's direct to get those things done very quickly at the tail end of June. But Mars entering Gemini creates an opposition to Saturn, who's been stationed in Sagittarius at 2 degrees, and he's retrograding. He is retrograde. So this is in between the 3rd and 9th house, that communication sector of the 3rd house and the 9th house of higher education, study, foreign travel, long-distance travel, metaphysical areas such as the tarot, and even Eastern techniques of healing, acupuncture, and some type of spiritual studies apply to the 9th house. This opposition, you know, where you hold Mars and Saturn this month is important. Watch your tongue, watch your aggression, your anger. If you are traveling, if you are studying, if you are working on something in the 9th house, a degree, watch your frustrations about accomplishment and action and how you really want to get something done, but there might be some blockages here. Oppositions occur directly across from each other at 180 degrees in the astrological chart. So there are aggressions with Mars, and Saturn is restriction. So you might feel like you are bound and tied to studying one thing or learning one thing or the higher knowledge, your mind experiencing new things might be difficult for you on the 11th. And just watch your tone and what's really worth getting heated up about, Aries, because, you know, Mars is your ruling planet. Just watch the temper is the easiest way to go about that. And don't feel like everything that occurs around that time will be occurring forever, because there's a lot of dramatics and maybe even over-exaggeration that comes with that aspect. On the 18th, this is where the party begins. This is our new moon at 26 degrees Taurus. So this is your money sector. And you need that because of the full moon kind of creating tension. Here's your replenishment. Okay, Aries, here's your new moon replenishment energy. 26 degrees Taurus. This is also in opposition to a retrograde Saturn at 2 degrees Sagittarius. So there's a lot of opposing energies this month. And Mercury's retrograding that day on the 18th. But having a new moon in your money sector is perfect and beautiful. It's your first and only new moon of the year in this sector, where you can decide how do you want to create new money and what do you want to do? How do you want to earn it? Where do you want it to come in? What do you need? Write this down. Focus on it. It's your intentions. Mercury retrogrades at 13 degrees Gemini, and he'll go direct at 4 degrees Gemini on the 11th in the 3rd house of communications. But he'll remain in this 3rd house for you through the 8th of July. Very long stay in the sign he governs naturally. So he's stoked. Mercury's stoked about this. You might feel tongue-tied, Aries. You might not be coming across great on your explanations of things or your understanding or interpretation. Aries, I would not, even though you are the sign of action, you know, you are the emperor in the tarot, you rule. You rule, baby. You might need to take a back seat and not rule. Don't be the emperor this month as much as you really want to. Feel your emperor inside, but don't take action until next month. Plan, review, use the retrograde to work for you. The sun will enter Gemini on the 21st. Lots of 3rd house action. You're going to want to talk, but you'd be better off biting down on your tongue a little bit. I'm going to use the cards for you. But for those of you who own your own businesses or who are writers or public speakers or have to present a lot, you know, to others in your positions at work, in your daily life, less is more in a Mercury retrograde. The less information you can express, the better, and make sure it's as clear as possible. Here's your cards for the month for Aries, for May. The 5 of Swords, righting wrongs, fixing what is broken. Also focusing on private thoughts. The swords are the mental, the air signs, the thoughts, the intellect, the mind. Focusing on your own, working alone on your private thoughts. The devil, vice, addiction, sex, or behavioral patterns, or what you are bound to. Oh, also, just reminding me of Saturn, because the devil rules Capricorn in astrology. Capricorn is governed by Saturn. And when I said bound, I feel there's some restriction with the oppositions that's occurring with the retrograde Saturn. With Mars, especially, very, very tense, aggressive energy. Also, the new moon is in opposition to Saturn. So watch, don't feel like that you're stuck in this forever. It's a temporary feeling. The Empress. Fertility, pregnancy, creative endeavors. Your 5th house is activated. This full moon, also Jupiter is stationed in your 5th house of creative endeavors and creativity. So you might be, you know, in the retrograde, you don't have to stop planning. You can really work behind the scenes. That's what it's there for. My favorite card, the 6 of Swords. Go with this energy. Allow the retrograde to work for you, even as uncomfortable as that might be. The 6 of Swords is the higher power, the loving breeze, being led by God, the higher power that's blowing the boat across the water. Go with the flow of the universe and not force things to happen when they're not naturally ready to. In sweet due time, things will push forward in your money sector because you have your new moon there this month, and then the sun will smooth over your communication sector once he lands there on the 21st. Aries, thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm wishing you the same, and a happy, sweet May. I'll see you soon, and I'll see you next month. Bye.